All right, guys. So I have a treat for you. I have tried. It's been about 2 or 3 days. I left a review on Amazon for Atomfall, and I left a 5-star review, right? And the reason why I pushed to the five is because there's so many bad reviews for this game. There's now six. There was originally like two or three when I tried to leave a review. Now there's six. And poor Atomfall is got 2.2 out of like 5 stars. I kid you not. Let's look at some of these reviews. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's the first review. You guys need to go over to Amazon. You need to check this out. I'm not kidding you. Stephen K says, 1 star. One. He posted this on March 30th. Avoid this game. It's a disappointment. That was the title. This game is very disappointing. It is confusing as it uses a coordinate system instead of just marking objectives on your map like other games. I'm also unable to locate objectives on the map from the coordinates because the numbers relating to them are outside all the ranges. Right? I haven't found a way to find what I'm looking for. Maybe I just haven't learned how to play this game yet. Well, then why are you leaving 1 star if you admit you just haven't learned how to play the game yet? However, there are no tutorials for it, and I also can't find anything online. I also feel like I shouldn't have to. A game should be an enjoyable experience, not something you have to spend a lot of time learning. I'm sorry, but this game is not intuitive enough, and I can't recommend it. I do agree with Steve K here, who left 1 star, that games should be enjoyable and that you shouldn't have to look up stuff online to understand what's going on, right? It shouldn't be like that hard. It brings me back to Remnant 2. Remnant 2 prided itself on creating a directory of an internet, like an internet encyclopedia, how like that would help you figure out puzzles. And one like some of the puzzles were really just like who would ever think to do that, right? It got really bad. As a researcher, as an author, I'm a folklorist and a researcher. I appreciate a game that does not constantly send you to the internet to figure out how to work this puzzle, right? It shouldn't be that bad. Remnant 2 was really bad about that. I will give him props. I just don't agree with him in this particular game. I don't know what the F he is talking about here. Why? What do you mean? If he thought that the mapping system in this game was terrible, he never played Metro Exodus. Metro Exodus was the map was even less friendly to the player than this game. At least this game has like a shaded, like a hollowed out area where it has like a coordinate grid that you can create a grid system mentally by looking at the numbers on the bottom and to the right to give you the coordinates on the map, right? But even still, if you talk to people, if you're reading notes in the world, these points of interest automatically pop up on your map, like on like the flick of my finger. So this is a case of someone making things harder than it has to be, right? But he gave the game 1 star because poor Stephen K didn't know what the hell was going on and not sure what to do. Why can't this just be like other games? I want to be led around by the nose, right? That's what he's saying. All right, Daniel W posted this March 31st. Again, go to Amazon, guys. You got they're all there. At the reviews, it's terrible. I can't leave a review. I wanted to leave like a legit review, but Amazon hasn't approved it yet, so we're just stuck with this trash. Daniel W says, glitchy and incomplete. Game is glitchy and incomplete. Makes me feel like the developers had to release it, even though it wasn't ready, and just said F it and released it anyway. It's a $60 game. I wouldn't waste your money on this when there are many other games out there. Um, I don't think Atomfall. I didn't have a glitchy experience. It wasn't incomplete at all, as far as I could tell. I finished the entire game. I enjoyed it. I finished it on the dev settings, and I think it was better for it. I didn't have a compass in the screen at all. I just tried to work through the map the best I could. It incomplete. I don't know what they're talking about here. What do you mean it's incomplete? The game's complete. It runs really nice. Really nice. It ran nicer than honestly when I was playing Banishers Ghost of New Eden, like I had to deal with like a lot of stuttering, and there was still stuttering even after the patches they put through. I didn't deal with any stuttering in this game. There's some quirkiness here and there, but nothing to write home about. Uh if it glitched out on him really bad, I have to ask, what do you have downloaded on your PlayStation 5? Like, what is the condition of your console that this game is running so poorly on? But mostly, I don't think it was so much glitchy as I think he just didn't like the game. Glitchy as in what? The enemy AI was a lot harder to put down. Like you charge at a bunch of enemies and they got the best of you. There is a thing about the way you climb and the way you're sliding down things. Sometimes it does feel like your character gets a little stuck when they're climbing up or they're sliding down on stuff. Other than that, I didn't experience any glitches on my PlayStation 5. All right, so AZ 3-star review says it's meh. This skill tree combat and everything is very rough and mostly seems unknowable. That's a fucking weird statement. Haggle system is awful. It's trying to be Atomic Heart Outworlds, and it's a worse version. Now, I played Atomic Heart. I played it like 2 or 3 times, and I have all the DLCs. Now, Atomfall does not play like it's not trying to be Atomic Heart. I would know. I spent a lot more time playing Atomic Heart than most people have. So I feel like maybe this is him or her trying to regurgitate somebody else's words. I don't think this person played Atomic Heart. If they didn't like this game, they certainly never would have played Atomic Heart, that's for sure. Next person, Jaeger10 says, oh, he gives it a 4-star. Okay. He says, it's not Fallout. That's his title. Uh, he says, it's not Fallout, but still fun, although enemies respawn. Well, I mean, enemies respawn in Fallout. I mean, if you wanted to compare this to Fallout, I wouldn't. I would say this is like a Metro Bioshocky kind of game. But if you wanted to compare it to Fallout, Fallout respawns enemies too. It does it a lot, so I don't know why I would make that point. Bartering is complicated. Well, I mean, it. Yeah, I mean, it was a well thought out bartering system. I liked it. It was a bit weird, but I liked it. Backpack not big enough. I think we already covered this in the last video. If you're playing the game correctly and you understand the economy, and you understand that the world is full of places you can go, there's a kiosk stash, like it's a kiosk stash in that game or in that area that you can store anything you want, up to 100 things. So I mean, if you knew that, right, you wouldn't be worried about your backpack. He says combat is clunky. Melee, I will say that Melee felt very floaty and it wasn't very satisfying. I wish they would work on that. But the gunplay is exquisite. There's no doubt. Like, if you think combat in Atomfall is clunky, you should try Metro. I love Metro. Don't get me wrong. I love the Metro series. I love it. Big, big hearts. But I will be the first to say that the gunplay in that game was underwhelming. It's so much better in this game. So he must be talking about the melee, which I do agree. It's a bit floaty. It's not very interesting. He's so he says backpack's not big enough. Combat is clunky. No fast travel. Again, we already debunked that. I mean, the each map is full of at least two or three locations you can go to. There's sewers. Some places have mines. And of course, there's the interchange facility itself, which allows for easy access in between the maps. Or you can just hoof it across the map. Like each map is gorgeous. It's a lot of fun to just walk through. It's beautiful. But yeah, you can use sewer systems. You can use abandoned mines that often lead to different areas, and the interchange terminal, underground terminal, that will easily take you super zip zip fast back out into a different map. So fast travel is not an issue at all. He said, although these things were a thing that bothered him, he said that finding places and loot is cool. All right, cool. Jack Qualili must be French. 1 star. Would have been bad even 15 years ago. Honey, you probably weren't alive 15 years ago, but okay. What do you say? It's an atrocious pile of garbage. Pathetic graphics. Unplayable. I sent it back within 45 minutes. I had high hopes. It wanted to support the little guy. Obviously, he couldn't be bothered to do that. It's a terrible game. Atomfall is terrible. It's an atrocious pile of garbage, as this fella says. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm trying to leave a positive review for Atomfall on Amazon, but they won't let me. So currently, Atomfall is only 2.2 out of 5. Really? Just freaking really? That's sad. Like that's really sad. Um, again, we've already talked about this. Atomfall is not Fallout. It's not. Like there's two other people said something about, it's not Fallout. It doesn't do what Fallout does. It's never a Fallout. It kind of reminds me of the game Prey. Do y'all remember when the Arcane Studios released Prey, and everybody absolutely trashed that game because it didn't seem like it belonged in the Prey universe because it was doing its own thing. And later on, the devs actually admitted that they didn't want to really do a reboot. They just wanted to reimagine something that belonged in the Bioshocky or System Shock universe, right? Because there was Dead Space, there was Bioshock, and they wanted to add something into that universe of their own, and that's how Prey, their version of Prey happened. And they really wish they hadn't called it Prey. I think Atomfall is suffering from the same situation. It's been connected so much to Fallout, but its inspirations seem heavily borrowed from the likes of Metro and BioShock. And because of that, there's a lot of people who never played those games and all they know is Fallout. So they're coming into the game, they're expecting some kind of Fallout light experience. And what they're getting is something closer to Metro and BioShock. And they're frustrated with it because they weren't around for those games when they came out. They were never here for it. They never played those games. They're used to stuff leading them around by the nose. They're used to gunplay that freezes time, like in the VAT system at Fallout, so that way you can pick and choose like heads and legs that you want to shoot, and they're not getting it here because again, this game is more of a Bioshock. more of a Metro style game, and they're just frustrated with it, right? But I will say that I saw that there was an aim assist that you could turn on. So even still, I mean, you could still turn on aim assist to help you go for those headshots if you're not used to like a free range sort of aiming system. So yeah, it's like it feels like a lot of people are just going out of their way not to like this game. Maybe a lot of players is because it was marketed as a BioShock or a Fallout game, and they just didn't look hard enough to see that this was anything but. Just because it seems to borrow lightly from the narrative choices that you get in New Vegas, but there's a lot of games that did that. Metro had branching story endings. I think BioShock did too, depending on choices. So you can't really even say that. I think there was just a mishap with the PR campaign that released around this game, and YouTubers that were just like doing clickbaity titles. Oh, it's the Fallout game you always wanted. I like Fallout, but I love Metro and I love BioShock. So um, this game is so much better than Fallout because it borrows from titles that are so much better than that franchise, right? Or it borrows from franchises that are better than the Fallout franchise, or at least Bethesda's. At least Bethesda's Fallout, right? Um, so yeah, those were Amazon reviews. Terrible. And the funny part is, if you look under the reviews, like 9, 10, lots of people find that helpful, right? So there's like a silent wave of people who are just really frustrated with this game. They don't want to talk about it because it makes them look stupid, because they're gonna get debated out of the argument because at the end of the day, they just wanted a game that would lead them around by the nose and make them feel special. What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? Is that what? What is that? Oh my gosh! What is that? That looks like a whole lot of bullshit. If you ever wanted a reason not to swim, you don't need to worry about the little shrimp that want to eat at you, the leeches, the nasty little leeches. If that don't get you, I'd say there's other things in the water that are much worse than those leeches. Look at this thing. Look at it. It's been here the whole time. Ooh! Is this like a this might be like a Metro. It's kind of like a Metro Easter egg because when you get to the Volga area, there's like this giant monster. It's like look at this shark. It's a shark. It's an ate up shark. I ate up shark, y'all. Are you seeing this? Anyway, so yeah, that was terrible Amazon reviews. We had to look at some of them. I don't. I just hands up. I don't even know. I don't know. It's okay. That's just what they said. Okay. All right. At least they spoke their truth, right? Anyway, you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will catch you on the flip side. Is that the DLC area? Is that the Misty Isles DLC area? That's it, isn't it? That's fucking it, isn't it? It's coming. I am so ready for it. I'm so ready for the DLC. I mean, I'm not done playing the game yet because I probably still have like 200 hours to go because, you know, I'm just that way. I feel like that's going to be the new DLC area. I'm so ready for it. I'm here for it, baby. Anyway, yeah, you all have a good night.